back to my channel. I am Rachel and I am so excited to film today's video. I'm talking about Go Wild 2020 and what to expect. This is going to be my fourth Go Wild and I've always gone with one of my friends. We started as newbies together and we went to the next two together. This will be our fourth together. And another friend of ours is coming along and she is a newbie and I just wanted to fill her all in. I feel like, okay girl, I got to get you ready. Let me tell you all about it. Like, she's lived through it on social media, but I really just wanted to fill her in. So I thought I would just film this video for anyone that's a newbie and wants to know like some tips and tricks and just like what to expect. So the first thing, what is Go Wild? So if you don't know, Go Wild is a planner conference. This is the fifth one, so I didn't go to the very first. So this is the fifth one, and they have it in a different location every year. And it stems from the Planners Gone Wild Facebook group. Now, you don't have to be a part of the group to join the conference, but the majority of people go to the conference because of the Facebook group. They've made all these friends online, and then they get to see them once a year. But some people were just invited by other friends, or they just found it on Instagram or wherever they found it on YouTube or something. But it's mostly people who were in the Facebook group. And they have speakers. There's usually like, I know we have like a happy hour or a welcome party. There's a Planjama party. Like, it is just like a bunch of planner enthusiasts that get together every year and just have an awesome over the top experience. Like, it is the ultimate self-care weekend for me, at least. I love it. I have such a great time every year. So if you have never been or you don't know where to get tickets, as of today they're not sold out, but they usually sell out pretty quickly. But I will link the I'll give the link below so that you can go and check it out, snag a ticket if you can, or if not, just bookmark it so you can keep an eye out for next year. Okay, so let's see, where should we start? I have notes down, y'all, in my little happy sheets, my notes, because I'll ramble if I don't. What to expect. Okay, so it's a 3-day conference. It starts officially on Thursday and ends on Saturday night, with Planjama as being like the grand finale. Okay, so from arrival to dismissal, that's not the right word, till it ends, people are just like, so like, we're already so excited and amped up to go. So once we get there, like, it's on. Everyone is just so excited and usually like very nice. They go above and beyond to plan this conference. There's like, there's no detail that they miss. There's just decor everywhere. The tables are beautifully decorated. Like, the bathrooms are decorated. There's tons of photo ops, and it's just a really cool, like, it's just amazing what they do to plan this out. Like, the whole atmosphere that they create is so exciting. So it's just super fun. Everyone is extremely like generous for the most part. Not that you have to do this, but a lot of people will just hand out stickers here. I mean, they may not even have a sticker shop or anything like that. I don't want you to think you have to have a shop or something, but they'll just hand out stickers or flare pins, and like, people will just come up to you and want to take photos with you, or just say hi to you, or hey, I like whatever that you have. Or it's just like, everyone feels like these are my people. Like, we're one big old giant family. We don't even know all each other. We're like distant cousins or something. And so people are just really friendly, and it's so exciting. And every year I leave feeling, one, exhausted, but also like just feel renewed. Like, every year I leave changed, because the speakers, it's not, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a motivational type thing necessarily, but it is. It's always inspirational and motivational. Everyone has a story, and the speakers are usually very open about their personal stories and whatnot, not just pertaining to planning, but it usually ties in somehow. So I always leave like just refreshed and renewed. Let's go on to, we already started. Let's move on to what to pack. Okay. So first of all, you need a really, really large suitcase. Do not go in there thinking that all you need is a carry-on little bag. The first year I had a carry, it wasn't even like a rolling suitcase. I just had like this, it wasn't a duffel bag, but it's a trendy duffel bag. I guess it's just a large bag that's a carry-on. And I thought that was enough because I'm like, I'm there for 3 days. I'm not an overpacker. Like, I don't need all the things. I'm fine. Well, I found out how much swag we got when it was too late. I had no idea we were going to leave with this much swag. Now, every year I feel like the amount of swag we get is a little bit smaller, but even then it's still a lot of swag. I mean, it is just a lot. And so you need a giant check bag that you can check to carry all of your planner supplies, and then possibly maybe a little carry-on bag or something else, but you need at least one giant suitcase. The first year I had to put some of my stuff in my friend's suitcase. I hate checking bags. I hate I hate it because it wastes time, but she always checks a bag, so it took me the same amount of time. But I had to put stuff in her bag. It was just like we had to play Tetris. People were shipping their stuff back. They were shipping their clothes back and then putting their swag in their suitcase. I'm telling you, you need a big bag. What else? You probably want a portable charger, like one of those little power banks. Because you're going to have your phone with you. Hopefully you'll be able to have your phone or your camera, whatever, to take photos and stuff. And you're not going to be going back to your room very often during the day of the conference. Like before Planjama and after the main session, you might go back, but you're going to be doing stuff all day. And so you won't have a place to really set up and charge. And there's 1,400 people in the conference room. I mean, even if you do find a wall somewhere that you can charge, it might already be taken. So I would suggest you take a portable charger. I would also take something to mark your bag. So when you check in, you're going to get, and I'm going to talk about this in check-in, you're going to get a bag that looks like this. I am assuming because this is what it looked like the last 3 times. They could change it. Now the color and the design's different, but I'm saying you get a bag, like a tote that has a zipper, and everyone's going to have the exact same bag. So one year I put like a bandana on it. I know one year I had buttons on it, but there's always a product tag that comes, like I ripped mine off, so this isn't the tag, but there is an actual like cardboard or cardstock paper tag that is attached to the bag. And I always get a Sharpie or a pen and write my name on it and my phone number, so if anyone finds it, they can return it to me. But also because I like to have something that really stands out, because if you're all sitting at the conference room, you might accidentally just pick up the wrong bag. And so I want something that just really stands out so I don't do that. And then I usually, if you're a newbie, you don't have that. But if you've been there before, I take an older bag because less people are going to have this bag than the brand new bag, right? So I usually take this with me on the plane. This is like my personal item. And then I have more room to put stuff in. And I use it. I use my own, the old one. I would also take Ziploc bags. Those really come in handy when you're trying to pack up all your stuff and squish all your clothes back in there. It is so helpful. The first year, that is what saved me, is that we had Ziploc bags, and I had this giant unicorn onesie. I mean, it's huge. It was like oversized and thick. So I shoved that whole thing in a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. I sat on it, squeezed all the air out of it, and that is how I was able to get all my clothes back in there. Rolling them up, that wasn't going to cut it. So I would take a few Ziploc bags if you can. I would also take, if you're sharing a room with multiple people, which I never do, it's always just 2 of us, I would take one of these like surge protectors, extra, whatever this is called. I don't really know. I guess it's just a surge protector. But you'll want one of these because there's only gonna be so many plugs in the hotel room, and y'all are all gonna have to share like 2 or 3, and you're probably going to be charging your phone plus your little power bank or whatever it is that you're charging. So I would take one of these. One of you take one of these. One of you coordinate and take one of those. What else? Don't forget your PJs for Planjama. And then as far as what to dress, you can dress however you freaking want. If you want to wear sweats and a t-shirt all weekend, then girl, do you boo. If you want to dress up, some people dress up in like cute little dresses or nice jeans and trendy tops and their wedges, like, do you. Like, everyone will dress differently. You don't have to feel like I'm not dressed correctly I'm not dressed for the occasion, or I'm not dressed appropriately. Like, you won't feel that way at all. I like to dress comfortable because there's a lot of walking involved. The conference room is massive, and then when you go to like the snack stations or the bathrooms from your hotel room to the conference room, like, there's just a lot of walking involved, and there's also a lot of sitting involved. And I don't know, I don't like sitting in jeans that are like stabbing me in the gut. So I like wearing leggings, and this is like the second Go Wild shirt. So I usually wear that year's, whatever they give us at check-in, I'll usually wear that on some day. But I am going to dress a little nicer for the welcome party. I usually do, because like this year it's going to be at this really, it looks like a really nice fancy club. I've never been anywhere in Anaheim or in California, so I don't know anything about it, but it looked really fancy from what I saw online. So I want to dress a little dressy. I'll probably wear wedges. I think I did last year too. So for the welcome party, I dress up, but you don't have to. I'm telling you, you won't feel like you don't fit in or you're left out. Like, nobody cares. Like, you paid a lot of money to go there. You should be able to wear whatever you want. I would also take I don't even know what that says. Oh, if you are sharing a room again with multiple people, which I never do, hand soap. One of you coordinate and take hand soap, or put it in like one of those travel squirt bottles or something, you know, where you put your shampoo. I don't think they have one with pumps, but girl, if you can find it. Because you know, it's hotel soap, it's little, that always freaks me out. Like, sharing that, it's kind of weird. Oh, and then, so as far, I should have touched on this, on the atmosphere. Like, people are so excited. It's like you're at a 5-year-old's birthday party, and you're 5, and you have your cute little whatever it is that you're wearing, and glitter and all the things, like, all out, because it's a birthday party. There's literally confetti everywhere, and it's decorating the best birthday party you've ever been to. And so if you have fun things, like, most people use their Mickey Mouse ears. I am, of course, taking some Mickey Mouse ears this year, because we're in Anaheim, but you can't see my little unicorn thing. But people wear these every year, and it's not even anywhere near Disney. I had like cat ears last year that I wore during the first day, just because it's fun and it's cute, and I feel like it. Like, I don't get to wear that. I don't dress like that to Target. I don't wear sparkly clothes and all the things to, you know, Target or work or things like that. I just don't. But when it comes to Go Wild, y'all, I go wild. So if you have things like that you want to, but you don't have to, take those. So that's everything that I say. Oh, and healthy snacks. Don't forget healthy snacks, because they do have snack breaks. But okay, this is just me. We tend to skip meals, especially breakfast, because we line up so early. And sometimes we felt rushed for lunch. I remember one time, I think this was in Nashville, we had to just grab something from, the lines were so long for the hotel, for the restaurants in the hotel, that we just had to grab something from like this little bistro type thing. And it was like, there was like a salad and a little sandwich. There just wasn't a lot of options. And so we were like sitting on the floor waiting for the next session to start, and just like stuffing our faces. I would take healthy snacks, because you're going to need them. It's a long day, and it's exciting. It's an exciting day, and excitement, use a lot of energy when you're excited. Okay, so that's everything that I think you should pack. Oh, and what you should not take is a bunch of planner supplies. I know it's a planner conference, but you're not going to use them. I promise you, you're going to get so many planner supplies anyways. You could take your planner, because there is a crop this year. Last year, I didn't even take my planner because I never used it. In the first year, I took my planner and some supplies that I did not need to take. But you can take your planner, because there is like a crop, which means like, I guess you're just all planning together. I don't know. But I promise you, you will not. Other than that, I've never done any planning. I've never done any planning at Go Wild at all. The only thing I ever opened my planner for is maybe to show someone at my table, or because I happen to have it out, or to take notes. I'm a note taker, but I'm taking a little notebook, like a little Erin Condren Petite planner. That's what I'm taking, because I am a note taker. But I'm not taking my planner everywhere with me. And I'm only taking it this year because of the crop. Okay, So let's start with the actual conference that we talked about what to pack. Oh, the check-in. Let's talk about check-in. Okay, so check-in is a whole event in itself. So you do check in, they'll give you a bag like the one that I showed you. It'll probably have, I think Christina Designs usually sponsors it. And so every year they've given us one of these cups. They've looked different, like the color was different, and then maybe something that it says was a little bit different. But this is helpful because they have water stations throughout the conference. You could bring your own so you don't get it confused. You could also bring like purchase one on Etsy, or if you have a Silhouette or Cricut, just a vinyl sticker with your name. And then once you get your cup, just throw it on there, and then you don't confuse it with anyone else's. But there's tons. Once you get your bag, and then you're gonna get a badge. There are so many photo ops. Like check-in is like the start. Like everyone is so excited. There is so many photo ops, so many like backgrounds. There's sometimes make and take things. There's booths that are set up. There's absolutely no shopping other than Erin Condren. She's the only one that's been allowed to have a booth. But there's other like other companies build like these little scenes, I guess, so you can preview their products or do make and takes, photo ops, all the things. There's usually speakers that will have their meet and greets. They'll be stationed out, and they do a really good job of not having them all at the same time. They'll separate them throughout the day, and that way you don't miss anyone. Last year, one of the activities for check-in was Erin Condren had tattoos, and I have one still. I'm gonna wear it. She had like a fake tattoo, of course, like the ones you just slap on with water or whatever, like your kids do. They were really cute. They were Erin Condren Designs, and so she had those. Avery had this, like, you take a binder and you set it up with their stuff. Like check-in is a whole event in itself. So you could just grab your stuff and go. There's usually a long line unless you get VIP, which I've only done that this year, so I don't know how that works. But it's a whole event in itself. So don't think you have to just check in and then leave and there's nothing going on. There's a lot going on check-in day. Some people can't come until the next day, but if you think it's just a wasted day, it's not. So that is check-in. Oh, well, I'll show you this in a minute. Okay, now the day of the actual, like the official conference day, like when the sessions start, everything in the actual like conference, besides welcome party, plan JAMA, I know there's a Agenda 4 has a budget summit, or budget thing, and then there's a shop summit that's separate. But the actual main conference is all in one conference room. So Friday and Saturday, the events are in one conference room, unless they tell you the offsite stuff. And there is, okay, so there's usually people line up really early. Like I've heard as early as like 4 a.m. Like people just sleep in front of the doors because the tables are sponsored. They're decorated beautifully. You get a bunch of stuff and people know what shops they like and they want that table, or they just want first dibs. So people line up really early. Okay. So they've always, like I've read all like what to expect. People get real nervous about this. Like, are people going to be like pushing and running? Is it going to be like a stampede? It's never been that way except for 1 year. That was Austin. And that's because there was no line. The hotel was not set up for us to be able to do a line. They had opened multiple doors at once. So y'all, there was pushing. Like, not like a brawl, but I mean, I'm standing in front of the door and people, like, you can feel the move. People are excited. But it's so exciting when you walk through the doors. Like, there's music, there's the llamas on stage, people on stage, like, welcoming you. It's like so exciting. It's like Christmas. Like, it's awesome. But you'll choose your table and they're all going to be good. There's no bad tables. They are all amazing. I've had shops that I've never heard of before. 1 year I really wanted May Designs. That was Austin, and I got it. I was so excited because she sponsored so many. So one thing I would just say that if you go with your friends and you want to sit with them, you may not get the opportunity to if you don't find a table that has as many seats. So just be open to sitting somewhere else. If you have to, it's fine. Y'all are all going to see the same thing. You're going to get breaks to go see your friends, and it's an opportunity to meet other people. There's, I think, 10 people at every table, and it's an opportunity to get to know people that you've never met before. It's a lot of fun, but I will say there's no bad tables. Be nice to the people. Like, they paid a lot of money to sponsor this table, plus all the stuff that they did, and they're so excited, and they spend hours and probably months. They probably spend months planning this out, and then it probably takes hours just to set it up. So just be nice. Like, I always snap a photo and then thank them on Instagram. I'll post it on my feed and tag them. Thank you so much for sponsoring this table. It's so awesome, because that gives them, you know, what's it called? Like marketing or whatever, exposure. It's because other people get to see like their beautiful work, and they get to showcase that to you and other people. And then I always, my friend makes fun of me, but y'all, I go around. She'll make fun of me, but she just laughs at me. But I always go around all the tables once I got my table, and I'm like, I want to see your table. Like, can I take a picture? I have so many pictures of tables because they're so beautiful. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, sometimes people are like, I'm not taking anything from your table. I'm not trying to like find a seat. Like, I just want to look. I ain't gonna touch nothing. Like, just let me look because it's so beautiful. I just love looking at all the tables, but just be nice about it. Okay, so yeah, you get your table, and the first day they're sponsored. The second day, they don't take them down or re-sponsor them. It's only the first day. So the first day, you choose your table. The second day, you don't have to go sit at the same table the second day. Just sit wherever. So I always know the first day we may not get to sit together. We always have, but we may not. The second day, we are for sure sitting together, because it doesn't matter where you sit. You don't have to go to the same table. So that's choosing your table. Okay, let's talk about table gifts. Like, that is a big one, or hot topic. People are so concerned and have anxiety about it. You do not have to do table gifts at all. I've done table gifts one time, and that was last year. The previous 2 times I did not do table gifts, and no one gave a rip, like, at all. First of all, I didn't even know the first time. Second time, I was overwhelmed with all the planning that I just had anxiety about it, that I just, you know, when you get anxiety, you do nothing. So that's what I did. Nothing. And it's fine. No one looks at you like you're crazy. No one even cares. Like, everyone has the understanding that it's not required. It's not an expectation. No one at your table can do table gifts, and it is fine. Everyone can. Some people, it's not an expectation. People just do it, like I said, because they're feeling generous. They're so excited to be around their people. Like, these are my planner people. Like, you may not have friends or family members at home that you share that with. And so people just feel generous and like excited to see you, and or whoever, like, they don't even know you, but they're so excited that you're there and you're at their table. But I will say, if you do them, they ask that you do them on Saturday and not Friday. And so it's not like a hard and fast rule. No one's going to like kick you out. But the reason why they do that is because the people who sponsor the table, they want all of the, like, your attention on the table and not everyone else. And it honestly can be overwhelming. And also think about how much stuff you're going to take back and hold in your bag the first day if you do them on the first day. And I think last year was the first year that they really pushed that. And so the first 2 years, like, yeah, I mean, I just had a lot of stuff to carry back. And so they really just want your attention on the tables, and they don't want your attention. I mean, it could just be distracting. So one, if you are going to do it, wait until like a break. Wait until everyone's taken a photo of their table. They've soaked that in, and wait until the next break to do it. Because there's just going to be a lot going on. And I'm sorry, you can do whatever you want to do. But what me and my friend did last year is we decided we were going to do gifts both years, because a lot of people suggested, well, just don't do big gifts or like planner related stuff. Like, just do something small. Like, a lot of people like to share, because people travel from all over the world in different, or even just different states. They'll bring snacks from where they're from. It won't necessarily be planner stuff. Sometimes it's snacks or, you know, things that are native to their region or whatever. So that's what we did. The first day we did our own table gifts individually, because we weren't sure we were going to sit together. So we did, like, I know my friend she works at a salon, so she did like hair samples. We did hand sanitizer, candy. I know I did snacks. We each did different ones. I did like snacks and drinks or something. I think that's all I did. Like a snack, a candy, and a drink. Like I think I did like Pop-Tarts because I knew it was gonna be in the morning. So I did like something like that. It was super simple and people were very appreciative. Sometimes people would just bring snacks and put them on the table and say dig in, you know what I mean? Like a big old bag of popcorn or something. I don't know. But that's what we did. We just did something small that did not take away from the table. Not that our gifts ever would have taken away from the table because we don't have planner stuff or shops or whatever. But we just did snacks. And the second day we did a joint gift because we knew we were going to sit together. And that's where we did gifts that were, oh, that's where the hair supplies were in. It was in the second one. Her hair samples were in the second one. That's where we did like a bigger gift. And I know we did like the Starbucks changing color. I know everybody wanted those. So we were able to snag those and we gave those cups away because everyone loves cups. And we didn't even personalize them. We just gave you a Starbucks cup because everybody, I mean, they're awesome. And we did that. I know she did her hair symbols and I can't remember what else was in it, but, we did stuff like that on the second one. So if you're going to do a gift, you could also just do it on the second one. And there's no requirement to do the first or the second or whatever. You don't do it at all. But that's just how we did it. And so don't be surprised like, oh, was I supposed to bring something? I didn't know it was a gift exchange. Nope. You don't. I mean, you might have already spent enough money and spent enough time. Okay, so that is table gifts. What else do we have? Okay, so now it's just like tips to help you enjoy the conference itself. One, take a ton of photos because there is a lot of whatever it's called, stimulation coming at you. There's just so much going on. You'll see a person then, oh my gosh, like there's just so much going on. You want to be able to take photos and remember all of it because your attention just switches a lot, or it can. So I like to take a ton of photos and don't be afraid to ask someone if you could take a photo with them, like someone that you follow on Instagram or in a group or you're friends with them in the Facebook group or whatever and you recognize them. Like don't be shy to just approach them because they might be shy to approach you. They're going to be excited if you go approach them because I don't know, there's 1,400 people and they feel seen, or I don't know, they just feel welcomed, you know? They might not know anyone, or even if they do, like, who cares? Like, everyone there feels like we're all in this together. We're all a big fam. We're all a big family. And so, just don't be shy to approach people. And I would also say, if you see someone like sitting alone, like during breaks, like for lunch or whatever, invite them over to your table because a lot of people go all by themselves. They don't have any friends to go with. Like they have nobody. Some of them even a room by themselves, get a hotel room by themselves. And so they don't know anyone. So just invite them over to your table and see if they want to sit with you. Because there was a lot of people that were alone last year, and it's easy to feel alone when you're in a room of 1,400 people, and you shouldn't be alone, but it's real easy for people to get into their own spaces when there's just so many people. So keep an eye out for that, and people would be appreciative, and you'll meet a new friend. I did that last year. Well, I just so happened to sit next to another llama on the plane because we're not going to talk about why I didn't sit with my husband and how he upgraded his seat and not mine, but anyways, I sat next to another llama. And then later in the conference time, I saw her eating lunch by herself. So we got to invite her over and, you know, get to know her more. It's not like, you know, it's not a weird thing. Download the app. There will be an app. It's not ready right now. Or in every year's past, there was an app. And all the official announcements will be in that app. Like the schedule will be in the app. I know that's also on the website, but it'll be on the app. Any announcements, any schedule changes, anything official is going to be in that app. And then there's also like a kind of like a news feed like Facebook does, and you can chat and talk to other people because not everyone has Facebook, but everything official will be in the app. You should also join the group if you're not in the Facebook Planaheim 2020 group, because that's also a great way to get connections and tips and whatever. Nothing official usually goes in there that I can remember, but other attendees might say, hey guys, this is a great whatever, they're doing this over here, or did someone lose this, whatever. I always just go check the group. It's awesome. Or people just share their excitement. I know, again, there's 1,400 people, but we're still connecting online because again, we can just really get into our bubbles. I'm going to make a list of people that I know. I mean, I'm going to take a poll on Instagram and find out who is going that I know. So I have a list of people that I want to meet, because last year I was jumping on like, wait, are you here? Are you here? And I was like on Instagram, like, oh my gosh, you're here. I know you're here. And I didn't get a chance to see everyone that I wanted to. There's a lot going on, and because I didn't plan it out really well. So this year I'm doing that. You should try that too. And then almost finally, rest when you can. Go Wild is exhausting. It is so exhausting because there's just a lot of stimulation and excitement. And so it's a ton of fun, but it can be exhausting. So I always take a nap before Plan Gemma. Not a lot of people would do that because they want to go out, explore the city, do other things. I'm coming in one day early to do that, but I always, every year, have taken a nap between, because I wake up so early and you go to sleep late and wake up early. And you get no rest. It's a lot of energy. And I personally, I'm going to work on, this didn't happen last year, but years past, didn't really eat healthy or enough. And so that is just a recipe for getting the Go Wild plague. Like, that's a real thing. People come home really sick because they've been around 1,400 people. So make sure you take hand sanitizer. But our check-in bags have always had hand sanitizer. I think it's Lisa V Creations. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Lisa V Creations usually sponsors a hand sanitizer in our bag. So pack that too. I should have added that earlier. But just get rest whenever you can. It's also a lot of stimulation. I'm an introvert, so being around 1,400 people that's too much for me. Love people, but I need to recharge, so I always do that. And then finally, just have fun and have an open mind. Don't have expectations, because those expectations might not be met. Usually, like the first year I had expectations and they were just blown out of the water. And I honestly thought that it had been hyped up so much that I was going to be disappointed. Nope. I was blown away. That was a lot of stuttering, but I was super blown away. And then, okay, one more thing. I would take, if you're not a newbie, okay, this is my last year's badge. Take your pins with you. Like, if you have flare pins, we're going to get flare pins at check-in too. Alumni will. And I think everyone will get at least one. But alumni will get for the past ones. But we have, most of us have built up a collection. Like, they're either in our swag bags, or people handed them out, or they were, I know, like the Happy Planner. I can't remember. They gave us one. The first, 100 people, I think, got this at the happy hour. The first one I went to in Nashville. Erin Condren. I don't know, but I just had a collection of pins, so I try to take my old badge with me because they're already on there, and just transfer them over so I can be like decorated like I'm Olympian or something. I don't know. But you might have these pins and you are a newbie, but you still have some that you've collected from different shops. Don't forget to take those. But other than that, just have fun and don't set too many expectations. Just be open-minded. So yeah, that's what I have for you. If I miss anything, or if anyone else has any tips, just comment and let other people know, because there could be things that I might need to know, even though I've already been, that would be helpful. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. I will see you at Go Wild. Bye.